let everybody get on. I'm certainly gonna let enough get on. Share the message, family. Rise and shine, family. Rise and shine. I'm gonna wait just a second to go in to let you guys get on. If you don't mind, please share the content. Let me see here. What's this mystery mask thing? Oh, wow. Thing's crazy. It switches up, huh? Oh, look at there.
I keep getting the weird stuff. You getting the cool stuff.
Look at you now.
That's weird too.
Look, I got a flashlight like I'm telling a horror story. Oh. I'm a wizard. Oh, shit. Get my workout on. Facebook is wrong for this. Family, listen, share this content, please. I believe you will be inspired. We're going to talk about balancing your yin and your yang, mind, body, soul. Okay? Balancing your yin and your yang, mind, body, and soul. Peace, Rochelle. I am doing amazing. Peace, Crystal Mordican. Yes, Shinita, a woman can have two husbands. It's called polyandry. Look it up, family. Women are doing this. This is a thing. There's actually a woman with 7 husbands. I was just looking at a video that where they did a documentary on her. She's like a herb and medicine, very knowledgeable in herbs and medicines. She has seven husbands, and she looks out for the entire village. She's their doctor. She's their spiritual advisor, and she says she's considering taking on more husbands if her tribe asks her to. So it sounds like she does it as a duty to her tribe.
Thank you, Crystal. I think that's like Crystal.
It is Crystal. You might have to check and see if you're seeing more comments than I am, because they be trying to hate. Family, we're gonna talk about balancing your yin and your yang. I promise you, family, this is a message you'll need to hear. Okay. I've been meditating on this for the last couple of days, and I've been wanting to go into it, but I only do so when I feel like it's time, and right now I feel like it's time. So I'm out here in nature, family. I'll show you what we got going on. Got my feet in the water, Lacey's feet in the water. We just out here in nature.
Hi, Miss Paula.
Just out here. Get a zoom in right there on the peace, peace, peace.
Thank you, Miss Tina.
Family, please share the content. Tag someone. Just please, family, tag someone. Tag one person, family. Tag one person, family. My algorithms, Facebook just don't be showing my stuff to everybody. So please help me to get people into the room, okay, so we can make this a big one. What I have for you guys is going to be very good, I promise you. I've been meditating on this for a little while. Like I said, 3 days. My life works in 3. So today it is time. Now is time. The time is now. Is there comments that's coming up continuously? Mm-hmm. There are. Thank you guys for tagging people. Thank you guys for contributing to this rise. Thank you so much. I'll do all the talking. I just need y'all to tag somebody. We'll all contribute to making this an amazing rising message, family. We all rise together, so as many people as you can get to hear the message, that's as many people that y'all have to dialogue with, discuss it, and we can all rise higher together. We're gonna learn to balance those energies. Balance your yin and your yang. What it looks like when your yin and your yang are out of balance, okay? What your life might look like. Reginald says, "You lost, bro." I am lost, Reginald. I have no idea where I am. And that's right where I need to be. I don't know what the actual time is. We made that up. I don't know where I am on this planet. We made that up. I only believe I'm in North Carolina. I'm lost. I don't know where I am in the universe. I don't know if I'm in the center or to the outside edge or the top or the bottom. I'm completely lost. And it's beautiful. Christopher says, "Thank you for the Christ in you." Thank you, brother. Thank you for seeing the Christ in me. We love you guys too. You shared it to your women's group. Thank you so much, Tina. I believe they will be appreciative. I really do. Libra gang, all about balance. I hear you, D. Here we go. Are y'all ready?
Thank you, my Sheila.
Are you guys ready? Let's prepare to rise. Let's get our energy right. If you're feeling negative and you're feeling like insulting, try to get your energy right so you can at least hear what's being said. You don't have to receive it. Try to hear what's being said. Try to be mature. Summon your higher self. Summon a better version of you as we speak. Don't be immature. Listen to the information. Listen to the data. It don't have to be true for you. Just listen and see if it vibrates with you. See if you feel where I'm coming from. Okay, see if you understand. No need to ridicule. Let's get along, family. Let's rise. Let's all summon our higher selves. We can do that. Family, this is a test. Okay, there'll always be distractions. This is a moment, and I'm only saying this because I need you guys full attention, undivided, okay? This is a test, family. Every day that you walk out in the world, there's going to be distractions. And I believe the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, okay, happenstance, I believe these things happen, and we can make the best of it. We always going to have an opportunity to be distracted or to stay focused. You understand? I want to see if we can actually stay focused. Any comment that's negative, disregard it. Okay, let's show them how we are beyond spells. That it doesn't matter what they say, they won't stop this message. I won't be distracted today because it's very important that this comes out correctly, that you guys have understanding of what I'm saying, and that you can go back and be able to hear this content without me having to correct someone, block someone, without them seeing a lot of y'all having to correct someone or block someone. There'll always be negativity, always, but it does not need to be addressed, okay? We can simply rise above it. You understand? Imagine yourself in an airplane. It's just a beautiful experience. When you look down, you can't even see people. But there's people down there arguing, but you're not privy to that because you've risen above. And there's going to be people on here who are upset. There's going to be people on here who are confused. There are people on here who are hating, who come to mock. There are people who are asking genuine questions, even if it seems offensive. So let's not assume that anyone's trying to attack. Let's just take the information in and only contribute to the content that's going on in front of you. So if you guys are typing, all that's great, but contribute to what's being said and what's being positive amongst your people, so amongst the listeners. So let's just not dive into negativity. Let's just only focus on the negativity and discuss that. We'll show them that they have no place here. It's that simple. All right? Rise. So we're going to talk about balancing your energy, okay? Balancing your yin and your yang. Now, why do you say energy, Kevin? It's because I believe that physical realm and spiritual realm are both energy, okay? So we survive off of energy in this world, and what is that? That's oxygen, that's water, that's food, okay? That's solar energy that we absorb through our epidermis. But then spiritually, okay, when we sleep, we go to a place where we dream, right? Or we are imagining in our head, whatever the case may be. These things are not physical and you can't actually touch them. So we call them spiritual, okay? And in this spiritual realm, this is where we think, get ideas. This is where we create. This is a very needed place. My body without mind is not balanced. Mind without body has no effect in this world. If you lose access to your physical being, you can't talk, you can't move, you lose access to this world. If you lose access to your mental world, you lose access to this world. Without the ability to access this world with your mind, there is no experience, family. You would be what they would call a vegetable. The brain is gone, but the body isn't. Okay? You could be so spiritual that you're no earthly good. What could that possibly mean? Obviously, you could be so earthly or carnal that you're no spiritually good. How can that be? And how do we find balance? And why is balance important? Which one you feed the most is the one that has the most strength. And we tell ourselves this when we talk about that good wolf, that bad wolf. Right? We talk about the good side of you, the bad side of you, the habits, the good habits, the bad habits, the good habits. Whichever one you feed the most will in turn be the strongest, right? Or will grow the most, be the hardest will be the most dominant. Let's put it like that. So again, physical realm is anything physical, but it's also effort. It's also when you expend your energy, because effort, you put out energy. Effort is when you create. In the spiritual realm, thought is what you would call effort. You have to put effort into thinking. And a lot of us do not do that. We actually live our lives being told what to think. So most of what comes out of our mouths and even what goes through our mind is simply regurgitation. Okay? It's us thinking what someone told us to think. It's us coming to a conclusion that someone else came to without doing the process that they did. And I'm going to explain to you why that's dangerous. Okay, family? Why it's dangerous to only focus on your yin or just your yang. And both are very important. Okay? So I want you guys to meditate with me real quick. I'm going to show you guys something. The difference between the physical realm and the spiritual realm so you can gather something. Now, before I do that, I'm going to break down, in my opinion, mind, body, and soul. Mind is the spiritual realm. Mind is heaven. Mind is hell. Soul, this is your energy. Soul is you. Soul is Jesus. Soul is God. Soul is Vishnu. Soul is Jinn. Soul, and that's a demon. Soul is Satan. Soul is Kundalini energy. The energy that you absorb from the sun. We call that solar energy. So just take off AR, soul. I got soul, baby. You got soul, right? Soul is you. So if I'm dreaming, the me that I manifest, the version of me that I manifest in my dream, while it looks like what I see in the mirror, that is soul. Now, the rest of my dream, the walls, everything else, that's spiritual realm. Now, is it all me? Absolutely, because you are mind, body, and soul. But conceptually, let's say soul is your kundalini energy. It is the version of you that you're challenging every day to become better. You understand? And you use your mind, your higher self, and you go there for thoughts. And it challenges your soul and your soul is what occupies, so to speak, your body. It's where your gifts are. It's where your passion is, so to speak. So mind, body, and soul. All right, so we're going to go into the spiritual realm. So we're going to go into the mind. And we're going to take soul and we're going to create some things. So I want you guys to just imagine creating a car, okay? Now, I can't see your comments. They're not coming through fast enough for me. But if you can see this car, let me know. Can you see this automobile? Tell me what kind of car you made, family. What kind of car is it that you see? Let me know. Lacey, see if you can tell me some cars. Well, no, just if they type something.
Okay.
What type of car did you make in your mind?
Audi i8.
Audi, okay.
Black G-Wagon.
Black G-Wagon, all right.
An old baby blue 72 Chevrolet.
Old baby blue 72 Chevrolet. Okay, so we got cars. Now, I want you guys to let's build some scenery around this car. Let's put a road under this car, like a parking lot. Not a road, but a parking lot. So take that road away. Let's make that a parking lot. Let's put some trees growing up around it. I want those trees to just grow up around it, just around the parking lot. Just create some scenery and some background for me. Okay. Somewhere far off behind those trees, there's a skyscraper. Okay, you can just see this building coming up right behind your eyes, not before your eyes. You can see this building coming up right behind your eyes, right? Were you able to create this scenery, family? Can you see the scenery in your mind? Can you see this car in this parking lot? Can you see the trees around it? And can you see this building, this skyscraper in the distance behind it? Just let me know.
Sophia says yes.
Okay, Sophia, that's good. Your yes is good enough for me because I want to keep this moving, okay? I also see Chevy, Celebrity. I see Corvette. I see a Chevy, okay? Immediately, Carla says, I could build it. I could create it immediately. So God is outside of space and time. Soul is outside of space and time. It didn't take you any time to create a car, okay? It didn't take you any time to create trees. Trees, like, you know how long it takes for a tree to hatch out of a seed and to grow, and you grew it out of the ground in mere moments, right? As fast as I could say it. And then with no architectural abilities, many of you, I think it's safe to assume that not everyone on here is a full-blown architect, but we all built that building. Now I want to show you something about Yan or spirit world, okay? Yan or spirit world is absent from time and space because you didn't even need to clear off any land to do this. You didn't need to make space in your mind to create this world. There was no space, period. There was no time. And guess what? You have all knowledge. Because you built a car without the knowledge of knowing how to make one. And I want you guys to take that car and back it out of the parking lot and make it drive out. It works, right? Why does the car work? And you have no idea how to make an engine or a car. Most of us. Or at least it's safe to say not every one of us on this live can make a car from scratch. Okay? How are you able to do that? You are literally limitless inside of your yan. Okay? Inside of your yan, inside of your spirit world, you have unlimited creation abilities. You don't need to read a blueprint. You don't need to go to school. You can simply create by looking at it and creating it, family. Now, I want you to know something. Yin works differently than yang, okay? In order for you to create that automobile outside of you, in the realm of reality, in the physical world, you have to do work. This is why Adam has to work. Flesh has to work to manifest. Mind or spirit realm or Yan or God does not need to do anything. It's all powerful. It can create without needing anything to help make it. You understand? Create and make are two different things. Create something from absolutely nothing. Make is to use things around you and put something together to create something, or not even the word create, to make it. I make a chair from wood, but I didn't make the wood. The wood is there. So I didn't create the chair. I made the chair because I used things around it to put it together. In your dream, you used nothing to literally generate this automobile. It's a car, but is it made of metal? Really? It's in your mind, family. It's a building. Is there really drywall in there? Are there really bricks on the outside? Family. Family. Is there a foundational wall? Family. However, if I want to create that building outside of me, work must be done. Yin. So what I want to say is, because we're so capable in our yang, many of us can imagine. We have great ideas. We've got books we've written already in here. We've got movies we filmed already, scripts we've already written. Okay, this is why God is outside of space and time and knows the beginning from the end. But your yin is out of balance with your yang. So a lot of your yang does not make it on the other side of you. Okay? Your yang does not make it to your yin because the effort is not being put out in yin. And because in yin, time exists. Okay? Or moments exist. Effort is now prerequisite to manifest. You understand? You can't, it's not the same. So if I have an idea, sacrifice must be given, and sacrifice is energy. Sacrifice. The burning of sacrifice, the burning of energy, the burning of time. Can someone burn your time, even though that's an inanimate, ambiguous social concept? Don't you say my energy's been burnt up? Even though you know you lost energy through effort, but you can't say it's been burned. But why do we use these terms, right? So you work or you tarry or you sacrifice. You get it out the mud, so to speak. And this is how you generate and manifest in yin. Work must be done. But in yang, it's outside of space and time. And so a lot of times we can be confused that if we spend a lot of times in yang, that yin is supposed to line up with it. So let's just say that meditation or prayer, if you meditate on a harvest in your backyard, if you pray to God for a harvest in your backyard, will you have a harvest in your backyard? Yes or no? Let's say you pray for 100 years. Will you have a harvest in your backyard? Let's say you meditate for 100 years and you meditating for corn and green beans and tomatoes, and you're praying for corn and green beans and tomatoes. Will you get those? I'm hoping your answer is no, because you know that it doesn't work that way. But yin, now it would literally, forever in a lifetime, you would never have that harvest out there. Even though your yang is absent space and time. Now you can grow that right now in your mind. You can have a harvest right now in your mind. You can go out there and pick all the corn and have so many baskets of corn you can't even carry it, family. Those tomatoes can be all perfect with no blemishes, perfectly red, perfectly green. Green beans, perfect. But never will you have a harvest outside of you if you don't use your yin, if you don't put out effort in yin. Now, because effort in yin takes time, we normally choose the way out. We choose to not put effort in yin. So it just becomes a thought, and then another day goes by, and another week goes by, and another year goes by, and still no harvest. And there's still not going to be one until you put effort in yin. You understand? You got to put in the work, says Joseph. You're right. Michael, I have never heard of that. You may actually have to put that in a definition for me. Forgive me. Now, guys, you're out of balance. And so when your yin doesn't look like your yang, you start to feel like the universe, God, self, isn't rewarding you. And you start to either project onto people around you, God, or the universe, or self. And these projections are unfair, and they take you to a negative place. If you project on the God, it's why not me? You've been blessing everybody else. I feel like I've prayed. I feel like I've tithed, or whatever it is that you feel gets you closer to whatever God you believe in via whatever literature, whatever. Some people believe that tithe and prayer gets them closer to God. Some people believe it's good behavior. Jehovah's Witnesses, they believe that you have to knock on doors and do the work, or there's no relationship. A Christian would tell you different, that Paul told them it's not about might nor power. It's about the sacrifice of Jesus. So whatever you feel gets you closer to your God. Faith, whatever. You'll say, I have faith. And why am I not being blessed? Why is that person being blessed? Okay, if it's the universe, the same thing. Universe, hey, I want it too. I meditate too. I tried to manifest it to me too with positive thought too. It never happened. People, why don't y'all help me? I'm trying. I told you I want to start a business. Why don't y'all buy from me? Why don't y'all tell people about my business? Why don't you support me? Self. Am I good enough? Am I ever going to have anything? I just got bad luck. Shit. Right? Let it be me. It's going to go wrong, hell. If anything can go wrong, it will. When really, the biggest problem is your yin, or your yang is outweighing your yin. You're very special. Some of the thoughts you've had are $1 million ideas, and the reason that you didn't manifest $1 million from that idea is that you didn't put in the yin. Now, some of you may feel you put in the yin, but mind is way different from reality, family. And here you know everything. That's why it's easy to walk around and be confident and stuff. In reality, you just do not, and it takes work. Well, I thought I could lift it, strongly believed it. It doesn't matter. Faith don't work like that in reality, family. You got to get stronger to lift it. You got to have discipline to lift it. And even when you feel like you gave enough. When you're working out, man, you can put the max out on you and you can give everything you got plus more. And sometimes you're just not going to move that weight. And you may feel like I gave it everything that should have moved it. That weight don't give a damn. It's going to weigh the same whether you want to lift it or not. It doesn't matter what rules you make up for yourself. 200 pounds going to be 200 pounds. It's very honest, family. Life is very honest. So you may feel like I've dug as deep as I'm going to dig and it didn't happen. So that means it's not going to happen. That's a false dichotomy. Okay? Eminem didn't become a famous rapper till he was in his 30s. I saw this meme the other day. It was talking about so many famous people and how they didn't get their break till they was in their 40s and 50s. And man, you cannot tell, it's not up to you to decide if what you did was good enough. It's up to you to continue. It's up to you to stay diligent. It's up to you to stay consistent. That's how it works. You don't stop thinking. Why would you stop doing? You have to understand when your yin is out of balance with your yang, because you may say, why is this important? You got to understand that your whole life reflects your yin and your yang. I'll give you an example. Time is relative. Time exists in this reality, in the realm of yin. Let's just say I'm going down a road and I'm going down the road. I drive 2 or 3 hours and I drive 2 or 3 hours in the wrong direction. My navigation system is messed up. Some kind of way it was messed up, and it's got me going 3 hours out of the way. Okay. The moment I realize that the directions are off, I recalculate, it reallocates, and it takes me back. And now I'm upset because I have to drive back 3 hours back the other way, because that's 6 hours now that takes away from my drive. And damn, that sucks. But that's when your mind was out of balance with your body. Again, because you trusted this navigational system. And your yin's out of balance with your yang. So here you are following the words of a navigational tool or a man, and they led you all the way down this wrong road. And when you used your own mind, you was like, wait a second, this don't look familiar. Your own mind said, second guess what this thing that you've been trusting told you. And when you did second guess it, you said, damn. Then you corrected it, right? Actually, that's a joyous moment because you chose to use your mind and you corrected it. But of course, we're going to look at the lost time, the negative, the lost time, the negatives. Okay, cool. Let's just say that you're out of balance with your yin and yang. And this is the first one I just named was you're on the road driving in the wrong direction, or you're taking someone else's advice and you're going down the roads or taking the paths they give for you. And then you realize later that they put you on the wrong road. Now, that's the physical aspect. Now, let's say the mental aspect, the spiritual aspect. Let's say that same 3 hours that you took driving down that long road. Let's equate that to 3 hours of your yin or your yang being so consumed with anger, hostility, pain, confusion, from maybe even being hurt, cheated on, being already in a bad mood, whatever the case may be. We go through things. And let's say that for that 3 hours that your mind was confused and full of rage, you went online and ruined the name of somebody that you cared about, ruined the name of other people, or ruined your own reputation by doing just that. Went around gossiping to other people to destroy a person's reputation just because y'all didn't work out. Or just because something was said that you didn't like, or because you were angry. Because typically, even if a person deserves it, if you're balanced, you're going to say it's not worth the karma for me. You understand? Like, oh, you deserve to be talked about. You do. But it's not worth the karma for me. Like, it's not worth it for me to look like a gossiper just to gossip about your ass. You ain't even worth it. You're not worth it for me to ruin people's perception of me by gossiping, even though it's worth to talk about. It's just not worth what I have to go through after that. I don't want people saying, well, damn, if we fall out, you're going to do that same shit to me? I'd rather not. So you can have that. But if I allow that to happen and I get online or I go and destroy this person, I've done way more damage than I've done by driving the wrong way for a few hours. And I may never be able to restore those relationships. I may never be able to correct how I'm perceived. So it's very important that our mind, or our yin and our yang, be in balance. Your yang being out of balance in a moment could cause you to commit an act that could have you in prison for years. And it could have been something that you would have never done on another day. It was just a bad day and it just wasn't going the right way. And you had a lot on your mind and somebody said something at the wrong time when your yang was out of balance. And this is just dealing with reactions of people in the world. Let's just say it's just you, family. Okay? You work on your mental, but you do not work on your physical. You work on your yang, but you don't work on your yin. Your body would start to feel weakened. You start to feel like you can't tap into your energy or even your mind, because when you work out, you actually increase your blood flow and more oxygen goes to your brain. This actually increases your ability to think and focus. So there's so many rewards when you put effort in yin. When you put effort in on earth, there's rewards in heaven. This is the riddle. okay? Jewels, crowns, pearls of gates, mansions. There are so many rewards if you put in the actual effort and the diligence and time in the earthly realm, okay? And when you in this world right here in yin, body starts to feel really tired when you haven't been getting time in yin. You haven't been sleeping a while. You hadn't been sleeping a while, and your body starts to reflect that. Your vibration is low. It's easier for you to get sick. Scientifically, you can even prove this, okay? Your body begins to break down. Your walls, your defense systems begin to break down against disease, viruses. Almost forces you back in the yang, and you just gotta go lay down somewhere and take a break. Sometimes you find yourself not being able to control your daydreaming, like you just keep zoning out. People trying to talk to you and you feel like you're being offensive because you're really not listening and you can't help it. You're typically the person to pay attention, but every time they start talking, you just zone the fuck off. It's like Yan is calling you. Yan is saying, come back. Yan is saying, I got to get up, give you a message. You have to rejuvenate, and you still avoiding Yan. You got to work. I got to do this. I work 3 or 4 jobs. Before you know it, what happens? Your Yan, your mental Yan breaks down so far, it's hard for you to put out love. You become short-tempered, sick, diet be all messed up. Because again, focusing on your yin comes with all of that. When you're focusing on your yin, you're focused on body. You're saying, I want to eat right. I want to put the proper things in my body. And it takes you focusing on yang to even earn, because it's a gift. Consciousness is a gift, family. You have to earn it. When I learned that drinking fluoride water and eating a lot of the things they put in these boxes and putting these stores for us actually calcifies your pineal gland, I went on a journey to remove all of that from my system. I fasted. I pulled myself away from fluoride water. Haven't had that in years. And I began to be rewarded. I started getting more focused and began to see more clearly. And that's when I told myself I needed to go on a diet. It's like I internally knew it. I need to stop eating this stuff. And I internally knew it. But it started from me just removing fluoride from my system. Toothpaste, all that stuff. I said, no more fluoride. People saying that it works, I'm going to put it to the test because I'm a person who likes truth. You ain't just going to tell me something works and I'm going to just sit here and believe it. I'm going to try it and see. And from my experience, it opened my mind, family. Okay? Definitely helped me think clearly. So you focus on your body. You're going to put time in. You're going to go for walks. You're going to work out. You're going to do things that increase blood flow, increase your stamina, increase your strength. Okay? Work on your posture. Work on your diet. You may not be able to do this shit overnight, but make the steps, family. Okay? Start working on your body. And this is working on your mind. Do the necessary work. Mentally. Do the research. Find what works best for you. Get you a little notebook. Write in it what you're eating. Write how your body responds. You'll notice that when you start working out, say you're going for walks and working out, you'll find that thoughts jump right into your head way more. Have y'all noticed that whenever y'all actually working out, got a little workout routine, headphones in, whatever, have you noticed that you tap into your zones quicker than when you don't? Someone says, do you use toothpaste? Absolutely. I just don't use fluoride. I use charcoal. So get y'all some charcoal toothpaste. It'll tell you on it, no fluoride. That's right, Trina. And she said toothpaste is the only thing to clean your teeth. And again, credit to what she's saying, do the mental research, family. Get in your yan, okay? Again, I liken yin today and yang tonight, okay? So your yan is your spiritual place, your mental realm. So use your mind, family. Take control of your life. Take your body back. Take your mind back. Make time to get away and meditate. If you take time to go work out, you sit down to yourself to eat. Why don't you make going to yan a sacred act also? Why isn't thought a sacred act also? Sometimes, man, we surround ourselves with so many things and so many people, you don't even have time to go into yan. You don't. By the time you sit and try to think or meditate, your ass done fell asleep, and that's cool. I love to fall asleep meditating too. It's like the perfect way to meditate, because I lose control, and whatever happens, happens, man. In fact, I tell myself if I go to sleep, I'm still taking notes. That's fine. Maybe at work, if they gave us meditation breaks and along with lunch breaks or thought breaks and stuff like that to clear your mind and regulate your body, you maybe could see the result that it would make the world a much better place. You understand? But companies are not going to care about your mind, family. They only care about your body. They paid you to come in and work for a certain amount of time or salary. And either way, they need your mouth moving. They need you pushing that paperwork. They need you doing something for them. And that's outward energy. Nobody pays you to come in and meditate and think for yourself, family. Well, I do use my mind. I manage people. Okay, you manage people. You have to do something for those people. You have to tell those people to get to work. You have to do shit outside of you. You don't just go there and sit in a chair and look cute and don't do anything. If they find that out, they're going to fire your ass, because they're going to say they don't need a manager then if everybody going to do their work anyway.
Right.
Watching TV, listening to music that does not fulfill you, it's just negative energy. It actually changes your mindset and puts you in the mood to do other things other than think. Okay, shoot the club up, or even sex songs. If it puts yourself in the mind of doing anything other than going into your thought realm, put that music away for a minute, family. I know you're just vibing out to the music, but the music gonna keep you in the physical realm. You singing along with the damn music. You feel me? Like, put you something on like this. There's no lyrics to it. You can sit here and you can go inside of your mind freely. And that way you're not trying to meditate and all end up shoot, oh, my bad. Let me bring it back to the subject. And let's flash. Oh, my darling. You ain't about to get nowhere like that. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to. You're not about to get nowhere like that. And you watching Family Guy just to wind down. How about meditate to wind down? Well, I got to take my mind off the world, so I be needing something stupid. I get it, man. There's a time for that too. But there's a time for you to regulate your own mind and stop giving it to things outside of you. Stop making conduits. You know, silly cartoons, silly shows, they are entertainment. They do help you wind down. Watching sports shows, they get your mind off of the struggles of the world. That is no doubt. But you can practice getting your struggles off of the world, off of your mind, off the struggles of the world. You can take control of your mind. You don't need a box in front of you to channel into to escape the world. You can channel into yourself. You can be your own medium. You don't have to tune into the media. You understand? You surfing the net. You surfing the net. Scrolling. Because you don't know what nothing better to do, so you're just scrolling. And all the while, Yan is saying, I'm calling you, yo. You could be a lot further in life if you visit me sometimes, if you just come into thought realm, spend some time in here, I can speed your process up. The tortoise and the hare. Let me tell you about the tortoise and the hare. The hare, it kept taking breaks, and the tortoise just kept going. So we use this story to say, don't stop, keep going, don't stop, keep going, because the hare was faster, body, yin, but the effort, it took granted for its abilities, and it kept going away. Well, that hare took credit for its abilities. It took its abilities for granted. Don't use that story when you're applying that shit to meditation, family. Sometimes you got to stop and take that pit stop. You understand? Because your car is going to break the hell down if you try to go another lap. Now you on the side of the damn road. Sometimes you got to stop and get gas. I know you want to get there now, and getting that gas going to slow you down. But family, You got to take some breaks, family, to refuel, do you not? So don't use that parable. That parable is about not taking your gifts for granted. Sometimes you got to take a break. And if that other person, if everybody else seems to be moving forward, that is fine. Maybe they've done enough work in yon that they got their shit together. They have a plan, because planning don't happen physical. Planning happens in here. Before I do anything, I have to first think it. So in the spiritual realm, this is in the past. Your soul is in the present. You understand? Whatever you create will be here to come. That's the future. So your effort, your actions is what manifests the things that you don't see yet. But it's your spiritual that's in the past. What I'm saying right now, family, I already thought about it. Literally just now, but it's still in the past because I have to think about it before my brain sends the signals to my mouth to even move and get the words out. Your eyes and ears have to see and hear what I'm saying, take it to your brain before you can break it down and actually be conscious of what I said. So when you hear me, it's already happened. Now, family, the way Facebook Live works or any other live works is it records me moments before it sends you the feed. So I'm probably about 20 seconds ahead of y'all. So everything you watching, I literally already said that shit. Like for real, for real. If I stopped, it'd take about 20 seconds for y'all to even know I stopped. You understand? But for you, it seems to be very consistent. Well, your eyes do the same thing. Okay, your ears do the same thing. When someone's right in front of you talking, there is a delay. You understand? But you don't recognize that delay. Neither do you recognize the delay when you reach out to grab a cup, because you're not looking at it that way. But you know you thought about grabbing that cup before you moved. You do. And you cannot escape that. Even if you were to try to scribble, when you close your eyes and you begin to scribble, you still thought about scribbling before you did it. And the future is when you open your eyes and witness what you manifested. So when I open my eyes, whatever marks are on that paper, that's what I was unconscious of what I came out with. Now, even if you have a plan, you're still not conscious of what it may look like in the end. You have a blueprint. The building still may not look like exactly how you designed it, but that plan is enough for you to put your foot forward. You understand? Just like God. It's not how the world he intended for it to be, but yet God's perfect still. We get to exempt God from his creations. So God had a plan, and God's plan was that the world be fruitful, multiply, nobody die, everybody get along in harmony. But after God began to create, God recognizes that it doesn't always end up the way you thought it was going to be. And you have to make adjustments. So as God didn't plan on it, but Adam and Eve ate the fruit, correct? And now God has to make adjustments. Now his adjustments is there must be a sacrifice for the sin. Hence the religion that is called Christianity. Now, Vishnu, he's the same. He manifests himself in the incarnations and comes to earth, but he makes mistakes when he arises. Vishnu himself is not perfect. Ganesha himself stood against his own father, even though we teach that you should honor your father. But Ganesha's mother made Ganesha when his father wasn't present. And Ganesha's father had no idea he had been created or that he had that son. But she made him from earth and breathed into Ganesha. And when the father returned home, Ganesha's guarding the door because the mother's taking a shower and she wants Ganesha to let no one in. She said no one. So Ganesha was going to let no one in. And there was a great war, a fight. And Vishnu cut off the head of Ganesha. When he realized that it was his own son, he wanted to make it up to his wife because that was her son and she loved him. So Vishnu went into the woods and he searched high and low. And he found an elephant. And he took that elephant's head and put it on Ganesha. This doesn't sound like a person who knows things are going to happen. Vishnu felt bad and went and wanted to repair that. Isn't that amazing? Yesterday, Jamie had rolled up for me, right? And she was criticizing her own, medicine stick. And I said, ain't it gonna do the same thing? She's like, well, shoot, it's just I had to repair it and I can see the little repair spots, but it's not gonna matter. Whether the pill is broken in half or you take it whole, it's not going to matter. The medicine will do what it does. And that's what we do a lot of times. We criticize what we manifested ended up looking like, but what we manifested is going to do the job. So you should be confident that it did the job. Let's say the Wright brothers, if their idea was to create a Delta airline, a Delta airplane, like the airplanes you see today. Now just imagine they're in the air flying in this airplane that looks nothing like it, and they're not even happy. They pissed off because it don't look like the jet that they had in mind. But you fly, bruh. You fly all the less, like you fly. You fly, you did it. You made your shit. How you mad at what it looked like? You should actually say, man, I was successful. Something that was in here, I brought it back. They say you can't bring it back. You ever, as a child, you're dreaming about spirit world, you're in yon, and you're dreaming about a toy, and you try to reach out for that toy, and your effort in the physical realm reaches out for that toy, and you're empty-handed, and you wake up sad, crying, whether the action figure, teddy bear, baby doll, someone you love when you get older. You can't bring it back from your spirit realm. It never comes back. And what you have here, you can't take to the other side either. You can't end up with anything physical in the spirit realm. You could put a bullet in your head, but that's going to end your life. That's physical. If you get hurt in the physical realm, the only thing you can take with you is the pain. Mental, it's pain, it's trauma. And if you get hurt in the spirit realm, the only thing you bring with you is the pain. You can wake up mad about your dream. You can wake up in fear. You can bring the emotion back from your dream, but you can't bring any object back from your dream, not even the scars that you earned in that dream. They don't come back with you, but the trauma does. The fear does, right? Some people are scared to go to sleep because they keep having the same reoccurring nightmare. And that nightmare is reoccurring maybe because Yan is trying to teach you something and you're running from it. Somebody keep chasing me in my dream. Maybe it's because you're running from something in reality. I wake up every time I feel this person chasing me. Maybe don't wake up. Remove their mask and it's probably you. It's probably you chasing you. That's often what happens in life. We project our next level up as an evil thing at first. People hear my content and hate it at first because it disagrees with their acceptance already. But the more they hear me, the more it starts to make sense to them. And all of a sudden, I'm not so evil. And before you know it, it's wow, I'm glad I met you. And you see, that feeling inside of you that was saying, don't go into the light, don't go into the light. I'm afraid. I don't want to lose my worldview. I don't want to die. I don't want to change. I want to believe what I believe because everybody wants to believe what they believe. But sacrifice is giving it up even though you want to believe it. Sacrifice is saying, hey, this thing is not doing me any good. Pause, Reginald. Hella pause. Man, I actually see my head. Had to pull just my damn shirt when he said that shit. Okay, you're telling me something. So family, focus on your yan. Focus on your yin. If you focus too much on yin and just entertainment and even working out and getting yourself healthy, if you're not focused on your yan, you will be out of balance. You may earn a lot of money and spend it all really quickly and can't maintain it because your yan hasn't put thoughts into your actions and you're still being under a spell by instant gratification. And so you may think I need to make more money, but that's not the problem. The problem is your yan. The problem is you're spending too much. The problem is you haven't corrected the actual problem. Giving you more money would actually not fix your problem at all. it puts you in a different tax bracket. And if you can't manage that, you can mess yourself up for several years to come. Why do you think you keep seeing all of these people who have lump sums of money come in, who have fame for a while, end up in prison for not paying their taxes? They didn't know how to pay taxes. They didn't have people around them to teach them. So they was putting out a lot of effort. They did a lot of shows. They earned a lot of money, did a lot of films. But hell, they don't see any reason why they should give the government that money. So hell, that shit sounds like a lot. Millions of dollars in taxes, hell. But when you sitting in jail, you start realizing I could have made 10 times more than that in a week in the right film. I definitely could have made more than that in the time they kept me locked up 4 or 5 years. What Wesley Snipes did 4 or 5 years. He's one of the top actors in the world at the time. Wesley Snipes, one of the most amazing actors in the entire damn world. Imagine what he could have done if he, with his life, even more so, how much more he could have made if he paid his taxes. And they didn't lock him up over stupid shit like that. Mm-hmm. And it is stupid. But your Yan would tell you that you live in the Matrix. And the Matrix has rules. Even the Bible tells you that. Listen to Pharaoh's law. Listen to Caesar's law. It doesn't mean it makes sense. It means it's best for you if you're going to live in that Matrix. Like, because I feel like marijuana shouldn't be illegal, because I think it's stupid that if I go a couple 100 miles in a different direction, it's perfectly legal. It doesn't mean I can walk up the street in front of the police station smoking it. I know that would be stupid. I know that'll get my ass put in jail. That's stupid. My Yan needs to line up with my Yin. Many of us, man, we go back to our roots. We redo our paperwork. We get our nationality. And we actually say to ourselves, my life's going to be different. The police won't be able to treat me the same. That depends on what police pulls you over and which police honors that paperwork. Mm-hmm. That's no reason to not learn your information and not take control of yourself. Take control of your Yan. But know that everyone won't adhere to the same laws you adhere to. That's only wise knowing that. It's beautiful, family. It's out here with these beautiful rocks and water and nature. And my beautiful queen. So family, yes, I'm grounding, Trina, absolutely. So family, I want you guys to think about this. Balance your yin and your yang. I explained to you a few ways that you would know you're out of balance. If you feel like you have money, your bills are paid, you feel like you are spending time in yang, but you still, for the life of you, can't figure out why you're not able to tap into your inspiration and joy, it could be because of soul. Soul is where you derive your passion. Soul is where you feel most alive. If you're an artist, when you're on stage, you probably feel most alive. Or when you're drawing, or whenever you're using your gift, you feel most alive. So if you don't tap into yourself, you begin to feel empty. It's funny, but it's like if you don't reach outward to eat or drink, you begin to feel empty. But if you don't reach inward to use your gift, that same emptiness is felt. And you'll find yourself in front of the refrigerator trying to quench that emptiness that comes from soul. And you'll be like, I don't know what I want to eat, but I want something. And you'll find yourself standing in front of the fridge with no idea what the hell you want to eat. And then you're just going to eat to waste time. You know what I mean? You're just going to eat to satisfy that discrepancy, that hole, that void. If that makes sense. So I said mind, body, and soul. I spent a lot of time on yin and yang, but that soul, family, If you feel like you're still, like I said, empty. Some of y'all say, I go to work every day, my bills is paid, I'm good on that, but I just can't tap into soul. That's probably why. Start doing that thing that you're passionate about. Because you can have all the things in the world, but if you're not using soul, if you're not doing the things that you love to do that bring you joy, you're still going to feel empty, family. And that's how you know that having it all necessarily doesn't lead to happiness. For me, I don't have to have it all. For me, being able to live within my means and being able to do this, give out my love to the world, give out my energy, this fulfills me. So again, if I were to put this down, I would have a void. So for all of you who say, I wish he'd just stop. Listen, I need this. You don't want me to stop that, do you? You don't want me to stop something I need. It fulfills me. Now, hey, if you need to do something and you sing and you rap or you do whatever, I'm not going to tell you to stop doing what you do. I want you to fulfill yourself as long as it causes no intrinsic harm. So write down a list or meditate on it and manifest a list of things that make you feel most alive so you can learn who soul is, so you can learn your soul. And start tapping into your soul. Don't neglect yourself anymore. Start allowing your soul time as well and make a schedule. Make a schedule until you can create your own routine and it becomes muscle memory. But for now, you're going to have to take control of it with a physical thing, a conduit. So make a calendar, get you a schedule, follow it. Set times aside a day to think, meditate, form ideas. Maybe an epiphany will come to you, but give yourself that time. Go into that closet so God can speak to you. Maybe you don't always pray to talk. Maybe you shouldn't always meditate to try to come up with stuff. Maybe just meditate to allow your higher self to speak to you. Allow yourself to come up with a thought. Allow yourself to get an epiphany. Does that make sense? I'm saying this 3 or 4 different ways so I can try to speak to every one of you on here. And however you receive this, you can put it where it needs to be so it makes sense to you. Today is not about challenging how you tap in. I'm going to help you tap in using whatever you believe in. So you always say you don't need to go pray and just talk to God. Sometimes you got to shut up and listen to God. Because listening is part of praying, right? If listening is part of a conversation, isn't listening a part of praying? You gotta, if you want God to talk back, don't you gotta listen? Ain't that what they say? I can't have a conversation unless I also listen. Oh, I'm just talking. You understand? That's a bad problem. If you're in a conversation and you have no intention to listen, Father God, I just need you to do this for me. Help me get to work. I pray for all the people I care about and love. Let me have a good day. Enlarge my territory. Amen. Why didn't you allow some time for God to speak back? Don't just go into your meditation room, your spiritual place, and create and have ideas. Wait. See if your higher self says, hey, wait a second. What if you did this? See if you get an epiphany that says, hey, maybe if you try this. But make that calendar. Set aside a time to put in some physical activity. Make it a point to go to the supermarket and buy you some healthy things. Put away that toothpaste that has fluoride. Stop drinking that fluoride water. Create a schedule, family, and mark the date. And look back at this in another month and see if you feel like you think more clearly. Map it. It's trial and error, family. Document it. I'm not going to tell you to have more faith. I want to tell you to write this down, family, so you can document your progression and we can actually see if it works. Okay, family? It was a pleasure. It was an honor. Thank you guys for contributing. Thank you guys for sharing. I hope you got something from it. If you did, Please comment that you got something from it.
You better. I did a whole bunch.
Balancing your yin and your yang, mind, body, and soul. Join the page in the description if you love this type of content, because that's what that page is going to be all about. And I'm going to start on that page next week, so make sure y'all follow that page so you can have the notifications. All right? Be evolution, family. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos,
It is in that chaos that you have found yourself.
and rise, family.
Peace.
I added rise. I'm like, I don't know why that's not a quote. Rise, yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, there we go. So rise. And peace, family. I love y'all.
Bye.
Bye. If I can get to this.